online and on campus. Scratch Radio.
Matt joins me now to talk about how he got involved in the show. Good morning, Matt.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Brilliant. So let's get straight into this. Now, what does the Jewish mother mean to you exactly?
What does a Jewish mother mean to me? Someone who's caring, someone who worries about everything, someone who loves their children more than anything and would do anything for them, and probably wants their child to do better than anyone else.
And do you think you found that with the Jewish mothers that you saw and who are in the competition as well?
100%, yeah. They were all very different, but they were all definitely like that. As you saw, the Jewish mums that kind of adopted me, Emma and Tracy, they certainly became like that, and they certainly were like my mother.
And what about the representation of the Jewish community? Because you're from North West London, I'm from North West London, and we've seen over the past 2 episodes and the next 2 episodes that go out on Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock that they kind of film it in the stereotypical places that we go to, such as the Village, such as Brent Cross. So is there a fair representation, or are we really all like that in North West London?
No, I don't think everyone's like that. Okay, everyone's different. I think the shows... People are talking about the show, whether people hate it, whether they like it. At the end of the day, we are Jewish, and there's going to be 1,000,001 different opinions on whether it's good, whether it's bad. But I personally don't think that the show's been portrayed. I don't think the show's a bad show. I think it's been done quite well. I do think the mums are very different and do come from a wide spectrum of kind of Jewish backgrounds, and I think some of the criticism has been unfair.
So let's talk about how did you actually get involved in the show? What was the process? Because you ended up being in the pub with 15 other people. How did you get picked to do that?
To be honest, what happened was because of my job being so involved with the Jewish societies at universities across the country, I kept seeing a message on Facebook from Channel 4 saying on the different JSOC forums, saying they wanted to find boys and girls. I asked them what it was about, and just so happened that Channel 4's office is next door my office as well in Camden. So I went next door pretty much, took me 1 minute to get there, and they told me about it and then asked me if I wanted to do it.
Okay, brilliant. And why did you actually go on the show? Were you expecting to get a date, or were you just doing it because it's a bit of fun and you're Jewish and they're looking for Jews and it's like very easy to kind of just see your face on TV?
For a couple of reasons. Number one, I thought it would be something different, something interesting to do, something fun. And I suppose the other reason was I thought if I do get onto TV, I think that the previous shows about Jewish people on TV have sometimes been portrayed wrongly and sometimes unfairly towards the community. And it was my belief that if I got onto the show, that I could somewhat bring back some normality to the situation and hopefully represent Jewish people and like Jewish guys as looking okay. I mean, I don't know how. I like to think I did a decent job on Tuesday, but I'm not sure. I think it was balanced out by Daniel's antics on the show.
So you knew the other guys as well, I read somewhere. Who did you actually know? Did you know all of them? Did you know a couple? Did you come together, or were you just in the room and you were like, oh, I know you and I know you?
It was very much like no one knew who was going to be turning up. There were 15 of us. We were all in similar age range in our 20s, 30s, and some people knew each other. I didn't know everyone, but I certainly knew out of 15, I think I knew about 5 people just by coincidence. And Jamie, one of the other boys who actually got picked as one of the 3, his dad and my dad are very close friends, so we knew each other quite well, so that was very funny.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, Matt, well, we're going to talk about your date in a second, but first I'm going to play the new Rebecca Ferguson track. This is Backtrack. You're listening to Johnny Seifert on Scratch Radio. I'm talking to Matt from the Jewish Mother of the Year, and we'll be back after that.
Still did it, on with it.
Rebecca Ferguson there. Let's talk about your date now. So you went on a date and you got paired up with Emma and Tracy. What were your first impressions of Emma and Tracy?
My first impressions were they were very cool. When Emma kind of greeted me at my flat door, because I hadn't met her, I'd only met Tracy originally in the pub. I was kind of like, wow, because she's good looking mum.
Did you know Tracy though originally because of obviously her big bat mitzvah video that everyone knows?
You mean Emma?
Sorry, Emma, yeah. Did you know Emma from the bat mitzvah video that she did with her kids?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. I didn't recognise her straight away, but when I went to her house, when I had the whole makeover thing, I saw pictures of her. I saw pictures of all her family on the wall, and they were all dressed in the same clothes as that video. And then it clicked, and I was like, "Oh my God, Emma, you're the mum from that video, the Usher video."
I did the exact same thing. I was watching with a load of people the other night, all the people that you know, obviously, and we're all like, "Oh look, it's the pictures in their background from the music video." It's very funny.
Yeah, that is a must-see video.
It is. I think on YouTube, if you type in Beck and Oh My Girls or something, or type in Batman, you'll see it. It's got about 10,000 views on it.
Yeah.
So, what advice and preparation did Emma and Tracy give you for your date?
The advice they were giving me was very good, actually. I mean, they didn't show much on the TV, but just ways to keep the conversation going, just keeping me calm, telling me not to get nervous, telling me to forget about the 1,000,001 cameras that were surrounding me, and just try and relax and imagine I'm just on a normal date on my own with a girl.
So you went on your date. It was in Bevis Marks in London. What was it like going on that date, having the cameras, having the earpiece, having the lights? Was it like you're on a reality kind of set? Were you on a TV set, or were you on a date? Like, how did it feel for you? Like, did you really see it as a date?
They were very good. Look, they were very good at making it feel like a real date. Yeah, the cameras were, the cameras were there, but they were hidden, and it was a restaurant full of people, and it did feel like a real date. It was just the added extra nerves of knowing that people were going to be watching this on TV, and I just had to keep calm. It didn't help that just before my date, actually, Ruth kind of, I felt like tried to psych me out. That's one of the mums that got eliminated this week, Ruth. She kind of tried to psych me out just before I was about to go on the date. But it didn't work. It didn't put me off. I managed to keep my cool, and I think it went pretty well.
Okay, now, I don't know if you know this, but Nicole has said that you were her favourite date.
Yeah, I did actually read that this morning on their blog.
A certain blog.
Yeah, I was very pleased. I actually sent her a message this morning saying, "Nice to see you got your decision right in the end," with a cheeky face.
Well, apparently she didn't even. So the TV program, they ranked them. So they said, right, whoever was the first best date, you were the second best, and Daniel was the third best. But apparently she didn't even say that. She tweeted me before saying she didn't say that. They asked her for her opinions, and they kind of made her give that ranking. They made the ranking for her. So you didn't actually come out on top, if that gives you any praise at all.
Yeah, it's really nice to hear. I was a little, after watching the program and waiting for the end result, I was hoping that I'd won. To be honest, I was more fussed about whether Emma and Tracy were both going to get through to the next round, rather than if I'd kind of done best or not. Because if they both got through, then that was what I needed to do. I needed to get my mums both through to the next round, and that's what I did. So I was happy. It's just an added bonus that Nicole's come up with that today and said that, so that was really nice.
Well, you texted Nicole. Have you spoken to her since? Have you gone on another date with her, or are you friends, or are you parted ways?
We didn't really speak after the show until last week on Facebook, when I kind of sent her a message. I decided I'd send her a message, and basically I said something like, "I hope you were nice about me," and then we kind of got talking, and we messaged a bit.
Did you know her before? Have you got mutual friends though? Because you're from the same kind of area. Did you know people that knew her, or were you literally strangers completely?
We were complete strangers.
Okay.
I mean, I don't tend to know people people older than me so much, unless it's family friends, and I didn't. So I'd literally never met her. She's a really nice girl. I really like her. And you never know what could happen in the future, but we're chatting at the moment.
And have you stayed in contact with Emma or Tracy since?
I speak to Emma and Tracy quite a lot. I speak to Emma probably more. Me and Emma have had many phone conversations this week. I've been checking Facebook and Twitter constantly for Emma, because she's not a big user of them.
Have you been invited over for a Friday night dinner yet with Emma?
Not yet, but I'm hoping that will come soon. Yeah, they're both really lovely. What you see on the TV is, edited down to, almost nothing of what happens the whole day. And Emma and Tracy are both really, really lovely mums, and I really hope one of them has won.
Okay, so do you know who won, by the way?
I honestly had no idea. I spoke to Emma yesterday, and I was trying to get her to tell me, and she's obviously under contract, not allowed to tell me.
Well, who do you think? So you had Emma and Tracy. You kind of want them both to win. If you could choose one of them, who would you want to win, and why? It's a hard one.
That is a difficult question. I think I would go with. I think I'd have to go with Emma, just because she's a bit different. She's a bit out there. She's a cool mum. She's had a lot of she's taken a lot of stick this week. She's divided opinion. And Tracy's really cool. Everyone seems to like her, and rightly so. But I would love it just to silence the critics. I'd love it if Emma won.
Brilliant. Well, thank you, Matt, for talking to me. You're going to be at the Friday night dinner tomorrow at JSOC, aren't you?
I am, in fact.
And the Jewish Mother continues next week on Tuesday at 9, when the Jewish Mothers take some elderly people for a day at a keston in South Bend. Here's Alt J. Thank you, Matt. Bye.
Online and on campus.